Welcome back to the Zandvoort circuit, folks. The air is thick with anticipation. The sun is blazing down, albeit through the big ray of clouds and the rain hammering it down. But the roar of the engines is already sending shivers down our spines. This is our fourth round of our journey around the world to crown a champion. It's round 4 out of 10, and today we're in the lovely country of Zandvoort, otherwise known as the Sea of Orange, the country of Orange, or Holland. A race known for its impressive fans, impressive outcomes, and challenging track. Speaking of, let's talk about it. Jake, over to you.
Well, thank you for that introduction. Well, you all start with the first straight. It all begins at turn 11, a heavy braking zone at the end of the main straight. It's a wide-on entry, perfect for bold lunges down the inside, but run too deep, and the gravel trap is waiting to punish any mistake. Then it's a short dash into turn 2, a fast right kink that sets up for turn 3. This corner is spectacular, deeply banked, allowing multiple lines, with drivers hugging the inside or riding the high line to slingshot up the hill. The track narrows as we sweep through turn 4 before arriving at one of the most fearsome corners on the circuit, turn 6. It's fast, it's flowing, and the car is loaded with G-force as the drivers hold their nerve through the high-speed right-hander. Then it's into turn 7 and 8, a quick left-right change of direction before we arrive into turn 9. And just as I carry on, I want to remind all viewers and drivers that there is a curb that we like to call the death curb. If you go too wide, it will take you off wide, which you can see right here. If you go too wide, the car will be carried off into the gravel, because these gravel traps are very unforgiving. But yeah, this is a very tricky braking zone, slightly downhill, with the car dancing on the edge of grip as drivers try to get the power down cleanly on the exit. Turn 10 tightens up before leading into the short back straight, where we hit the braking zone for turn 11 and turn 12. This chicane is a slow technical, requiring patience before the cars accelerate towards the final challenge. And here it is, turn 13, a deceptively tricky left-hander that feeds into the last corner. Fully reprofiled with steep banking, this is where drivers keep their throttle pinned, launching onto the start and finish straight with DRS wide open. Zandvoort is relentless, it's fast, unforgiving, and with the Orange Army in full voice, this is a circuit where history is made. So now NTX Cal, being one of the drivers out of the 5, we are now looking at him. He is at turn 3 going up the bank curve. I think he is on his qualifying lap, and we just probably have to point out, obviously now it is raining and is inter season, so many drivers saying in the Discord earlier that they do not want to be driving in the wets, especially here at Zandvoort. So you've got to feel for some of the drivers, but all of them are on track trying to get their laps in. I don't know if it'll be more rain coming in or stay the same or even dry out later in the 18 minutes we have around here in short qualifying. Well, NTX Cal on the mini back straight coming into turns 11 now. DRS will be closed because it is raining. There are some yellow flags, both the RBs sailing past. I wonder if there's been a spin, either Coconut No or Dory Beast. I don't know what's happening.
No, I think he's just letting them pass, just trying to be respectful.
Yeah, and then now NTX Cal coming onto the last turn, turns 14, which has been modified to a 15-degree corner, coming across the start and finish straight, crossing the line to, of course, set the pole position lap, which is going to be a 1 minute 20 seconds, 10 seconds slower than a normal dry lap.
I don't think the lap from Hyper now has just been good enough. He's done a 1:22. I don't know if he's had to let someone pass or there's been traffic, but that was certainly not a good lap from him. 2 seconds slower than NTX Cal. Both new FDR drivers, we might add, one being reserved and one being newly promoted to full-time now. So we see some more lap times. Con into second, Coconut, the current championship leader, into 6th now. Dominique Yu now saying the fastest lap at 1:17. So the lap from NTX Cal appears to have not been good enough. Dory Beast and Coconut having very, very bad laps, probably because they had to let people pass. I don't know if it's because they had made the mistake or they just felt like letting them pass. Maybe they felt like their lap wasn't good enough. Here we see GML coming across the final straight now, going into second place with 1:18.711, 1.7 tenths slower than Dominique's fastest time. But could Dominique, this is the big question. The championship is currently, there's a gap of just 1 point between Coconut and Dominique. Both are racing tonight, and we have to welcome back Potato Pilot as well. But both of them are racing tonight with a gap of 1 point in the championship standings. So, do you think Dominique could finally take back the lead of the championship, or will Coconut be able to maintain it?
Well, it's hard to decide the truth, to be told, because we both know, or don't know actually, how great both of these drivers, Dominique and Coconut, drive in the wets together, because every time it's rained, either one of them hasn't raced or was out by retiring, either into the pit wall in Japan or crashing out in lap 1 in Spa. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. And I'd also like to point out on the facts we have here, for safety car and virtual safety car, they each have a 67% of happening during the race, but I think that'll be heightened today because these drivers not expecting rain in qualifying, might even happen in the race, but it's really hard to tell which driver will come up on top.
Indeed, and with more rain there's less grip, and less grip there's obviously less control means more chance of incidents happening. See Gmore coming into the pits now, sorry about that. Also, just to point out, this is the first race that Spinks will ever have in FTR. It is his Grand Prix debut. So we just have to say big congratulations to him for currently being first in the session currently.
Sorry about the camera angle on the onboard view. Didn't realise we changed it before the race, so you will have a view of what the actual drivers see as you see here. So I guess it can also help because now you've got an even view of each side of the car, which can help decide penalties in the future, because last race in Spa there were a lot of incidents we had to look at, and we decided to only give out 3 and 1 second to some drivers. So we expect there to be more incidents in this race, because you can say it's a Monaco with a wider track in a way because of how tight and technical these corners can be.
Indeed, Dominique now saying the fastest lap, 1:16.544, going ahead of the man on debut Spinks in the McLaren, ahead of Coconut, ahead of Gmo, ahead of F1 Kian. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, I'm still trying to pronounce it. Then Rift on his debut as well. We've got 2 debuts tonight, it's Rift and Spinks. Spinks already going well up there in the standings, in the timing, in second place with 1:16.
All these drivers trying to drain that battery, I meant to say, but they just can't get it out because of them having to go so slow on the straights and on the brakes because of all this rain. So some drivers not even using all their ERS potential. Cluffy, I think it's his second race here in FTR, just managing to get that 15th spot. Potato Pilot still hasn't set a lap, so hopefully he can set that soon. Wonder if he's even on track.
I think he is on that lap now. He's coming into the final sector now, into turn number 13, high-speed corner, roughly 191 kilometers per hour. Coming to that final 15-degree bank corner, like you said, DRS would have been open here, but of course it's the rain, so there is no DRS coming across the main straight. It's not looking good to be in first place, but it's looking like a decent time into 13th place. So decent for his first race back, but not good enough for the top 3, which he's finished third in every single race that he's taken part in any race format. So being sprint or Grand Prix, he's finished third in every race that he's participated in.
I wonder if McJunior's going on a lap. I'll go through the lap with him and with you guys. So coming in 100-meter board, brake just there and try to hit that apex. Don't hit it that much on the curb because you will spin because of these raining conditions. A quick right hand kink over turn 2 into a deep turn 3, which he does take that line, so we can maximise that exit. Hopefully not doing a Logan Sargent spinning off, though looks all good, still saving a bit of that battery. Coming up now to the infamous turns 7 now, should be flat out during the race when it hopefully will be dry, but no, because it's in the rain you have to brake and lift a bit. Coming into now turns 8, careful of the death curb. Coming into turn 9, I hit the apex, want to be a bit slow on the exit so you can maximise that traction. And now into turn 10, a quick, not really quick, slow left-hander coming onto the small back straight. Now approaching turn 11 now, where DRS would be close, but there's no point because DRS is not even available during the rain here in Zandvoort. And now try not to touch that curb because you will spin the tyres too much. Now coming onto the penultimate turn of turns 12. Now coming onto the 19-degree corner, turn 14. draining all that ERS battery, is a competitive driver for the driver standings and manages to finish just in 8th.
It's pretty good for his first race back. He hasn't raced, a lot in FTR, so it's good to see him back. It's good to see Potato Pilot Pat, and it's good to see the debut of Spinks as well, who's currently in the pits. F1 Kian's gone up to 3rd, by the way, going ahead of Coconut. Again, Gmol's in 5th, he's just come into the pits. NTX Cal, I think, is on his lap now, so we can go on board with him. Currently coming into turn number 9 actually. Medium speed right-hander into turn number 10, slow corner, around 119 kilometers per hour, going a little bit wide there, but he's laying someone past, so I don't think he's on his lap.
Yeah, looking at the other drivers, only 5, 6, 7 drivers in the pits currently. Everyone has set their time. There is at around 6-second gap between 1st and 2nd place. So a wide range of skill level, but that does mean that we will have a lot of good racing, because every single second is taken up by a couple drivers. So we have the bottom 2, Cruffing and the Hog Club. They will definitely have a competitive race to each other. And then we have places 14 up to 12. They'll have a good race, as well as most of the top 10 being close to their own lap times.
I think Corner Mouse, he's just gone up to 6, so I don't know if he's gone for another lap. He certainly looks like he is on a hot lap now. So we'll take you through into the banked right-hander of turn number 3. You have to be careful, you can't go too wide, because reminiscent of Ricciardo's accident, which left him for a broken hand and left him missing 3 races of the 2023 season. And you have to be careful in that sequence of corners of turn 4, 5 and 6 as well, because we remember the crash in 2024 with Logan Sargent, his car catching fire at the back, and he ultimately lost his seat in Formula 1. Don't worry, no one's going to lose their seat in FTR.
Well, hopefully not. We did have one seat taken away from them actually a few hours ago, because they were just being idle, weren't really responding to any of the FTR messages that has been given. So NTX Cal, on his 2nd race in FTR, has taken that seat and now will be driving for Mercedes, having his teammate as Boo Boo, if that's how you pronounce it, but he will not be racing today. And I can also point out NTX Cal and Agcon are both brothers, both siblings. I don't know if they're brothers, but they both seem like male names, whatever. But it's kind of cool, like a Michael Schumacher kind of partnering with Mick Schumacher in a way.
I actually didn't know any of that, I didn't know they were brothers actually. I only just found that out today, so that's pretty interesting. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2 now. I think it's just a little bit of traffic, that'll be cleared up. A little bit yellow flag again. I think Dominique's letting people pass because he's on his out lap. So yeah, they go past now. You can see on the track map now. Yellow flag in sector 2 again, still caused by McDreamy. So it's been a pretty quiet session, not that much has happened except for the 2 lap times from the Ferrari and the McLaren. So I think the rain's starting to dry up, so it's going to look like, hopefully it is dry. Yeah, it is dry conditions now, meaning DRS probably will be enabled, hopefully. We don't know for sure. We can see Noah G-Dog on his lap now, and his out lap now, sorry, on the soft tyre, coming into turn number 13 now, that right-hander. Yellow flag in sector 2, still Dominique trying to let other people pass. But here we go on board with Noah to start his flying lap in just a few moments' time.
So now, flat out, DRS open now because the rain has gone away. Coming into the 100-meter board, braking, you want to be careful, want a clean exit to carry the speed into turn 2. Turn 2 is a flat-out right-hand kink. The walls are very close, you've got to be careful because precision is key. Turn 3, steeply banked, multiple lines possible. He's taking that middle line to maximise that traction out of there. Turn 4, flat-out blast, but dusty off the line, so stay tight to the racing line. And now coming up to turn 5, medium speed corner, but now turn 7, one of the fastest corners on the track. Turn 7, you want to be careful, quick right-hand sweep, and then a death curve to your left, you can see now. Turn 9, approaching, turn 10, hard to get traction though, because the car will be sliding the whole way through, so you definitely want that brake bias to be higher, so you can have all those brakes on the front to minimise that overcorrection that you might have to have. Turn 13, a tight left-hander coming out of the chicane, and now turns 14, approaching now flat out of course, and DRS will be opened now, which used to be up the track after the right-hand bender. And now coming across the line. And what will it be? It looks like
new
a pole.
fastest lap on the soft tyre to be expected, but a 1:16 on the soft tyre, I don't think that's a very good lap time. The track may still be a bit damp, but even on the soft tyre, I do not think that's a good enough lap time to confidently say that he will be on provisional pole. I think other people will be faster than him. Got a yellow flag in sector 2, more traffic, that's to be expected. Everyone is coming out now. We've got three drivers left in the pits now. Spinks, Con, Rift and NTX Cows just come in. F1 Chance just coming in. I think they're all starting to put in the new tyres. GMO's just gone purple sector 1. He's 1.4 seconds up on his previous time. Coming now into turn number 9, the medium speed corner, roughly 120 kilometers per hour, and then into turn 10, the slow corner. Mick Dreamy has just been disconnected from the session.
Same as Rift, I've just seen. We're going to see if we can quickly invite them. Hopefully we can do it quick, just in time so we can see the rest of the lap times, because these lap times will be much faster. And also because they've only just set a 1:16, I feel like they can get much higher positions, because the fastest ever pole time here is the 1:11.0 seconds, marked by Lewis Hamilton in 2021. So I feel like these drivers can even get 1:10s with the New Year's handling.
Yeah, right, indeed. So we're just going to quickly invite them now. So we're just going to quickly talk to you about the rest of the track while we have it. This is a high-speed circuit. It's got very good traction, but there's going to be very, very high stress on the tyres. As such, the teams and the drivers are going to be encouraged to think about their strategies. The C1, C2 and C3 compounds read as follows. You've got the hard tyres, the longest lasting tyres. You've got the medium tyres, which are balanced for speed and long-lasting capabilities, and then softs, which expire the first but are the quickest tyre. You got a top speed of 308 kilometers per hour in dry conditions, with a pit time of approximately 21.52 seconds. But under a safety car, which we said before had a 67% chance, that will be cut down to approximately around 10, maybe 12 seconds-ish. We've got 3.2 kilometers per lap. We're doing 36 laps a day, 14 corners, 2 DRS zones.
GMR coming across a lot of traffic, getting blocked by the Mercedes of NTX Cal during turn 7, so lost a bit of time, but luckily Dominique Q got out of the way just in time by going on the grass. For some reason now we're looking at a load of drivers leaving the session for some reason. I wonder why that is. Could just be internet connection issues, but we'll try and invite them before the race so they don't miss out on all the points they want to gain today.
Flag in sector 2. We got the Williams of Cloughy coming into turn number 12 now. He's just about to finish up his lap, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to see how that bears with. Oh no, he's not about to finish his lap actually. He's done his lap. He's done. He's 11th. He can't do another lap. I mean, he could actually do another lap, and I think he is going to go for another lap. He's got 30 seconds to go to get to the line. He is going to make it. Here we go. It's pedal to the metal now for him. Dominique, I think, has done his lap. Dory Beast is on his. Everyone's out except for 5 people, so they're done. McDreamy's in last, Rift is in 14th, Hyper's in 9th, Noah is in 7th, and Gmo is in 3rd. So that's where they're finishing currently, as it stands. Just trying to invite them now. I can't really see, well, I can just barely see from the right of the screen. He's coming across turn 9 now. Cloughy, he's on his final lap into turn 10 now, into the DRS straight. The first one he got DRS open now. His foot is flat to the floor. He's got all of that traction now ahead of him. He's got to get the corner perfectly right. Turn number 11, clipping the apex perfectly, beautifully, I might add, into turn number 11 and 12. But someone's just overtaken him. Dominique's in pole position. The Haas of F1 Kian's just overtaken him. I don't know what's going on there. Coffee 48, he's just gone into the grass. He's just gone into the grass and hit the wall. And that's his lap time ruined. Completely ruined. It would have been so good. What will it be across the line for him? McDreamy's joined back. It's 12th for Cloughy 48. But what just happened there with the collision of the wall? And more importantly, what just happened with F1 Kian overtaking him in turn number 12?
Well, that concludes qualifying. A bit of a hectic one, technical and physical, because all these times are pretty close, much faster than the fastest ever time set in real life. Then also on the technical side, with many people leaving by having bad internet connection difficulties. Now we can see McDreamy in our Discord chat talking about how much of a better time they could have improved on themselves, but sadly, because they got disconnected, they can't improve. We're trying to invite as many people quickly as possible so they can join before the race, but it looks like these will be the final races. I don't know if we're still going to have more than 10, but I think we should be fine.
I hope we do have more than 10. So here we go. We have the track inside, the pit straight. It is sunny. The sun is blaring down on the drivers now. So pretty sight to see. But I think all of the main focus of the drivers now is just to lock in, just focus on the task at hand. They need to just survive turn 1. And if they can survive turn 1, they'll be fine. You can hear the engines roaring in the background. You better be quick because it's going to be lights out soon. We're waiting for players. I'm pretty sure we're about to get underway in just a few seconds now. It's 119 metres from pole position to turn number 1, also known as Tarzan. Hopefully we will have 16 drivers. If not, we should have hopefully at least more than 10 ready to start the race for us tonight. We're just going to quickly go over it again. Sphinx is on debut, but their engines are roaring. The lights are ahead of them. It's 5 red lights. It's the Dutch Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. And it's a good start for Spinks, but I think it's a slightly better getaway for Dominique, who's already overtaken Spinks around the inside already. F1 Chian's already under pressure from Coconut, but he's managed to defend the position well. But there's been a big contact, big pile up into turn number 1, collision of AGX Con into the wall as well. There's a pile up at turn number 1, already a big incident that could lead to a safety car if they don't get back on the way. There's already big separation now between I think that's 13th to 14th, 15th and 16th. But it's a good start for Dominique. Sphinx is already down to 4th. He's a bit of an overspear for Coconut, but he's managed to carry on. Dory Beast is down to 6th. NTX Cal in 5th. We can see Gmail going down the inside of Con now. Pretty good move. Noah going down the inside of Caudle. Both Alpines getting a position. The kick salvo of Caudlemouse regaining the position off of Noah. What a hectic start that was though. Dominique leading the race. F1 Kian is in second once again. We're going to see a battle between them once again. Big lockup for Caudlemouse 986 into turn number 11, coming into turn number 12 now. We got a yellow flag in sector 2. Another spin into turn 12 involving Cluffy, I think. So he's now done. Dominique saying the fastest lap, of course. But what a hectic start that was, and what would be said about the collision at the start?
Well, all drivers are mostly getting split up by a big gap, but looking in the mid-tops 10s, we are having a big fight into turn 1, going side by side into the quick right-hand kink. Looks like they got split up there. Every driver split up by less than a second. It looks like we might go side by side here. It's going to be close. Coconut just getting that advantage over Zimpix, coming in into turn 9, avoiding the death curb. Can he look down the inside? No, he can't. Looks like we're having a big fight behind though. Gmail on the rear of Dory Beast. Can he make that move stick after he gets DRS later in the lap? But it's going side by side again, but there's been another crash.
That's another spin. That's a Hog Club. He's spun and he's at the back now. It's again another. He's had such bad luck. Big collision, front wing damage. A big collision into turn number 11. That's wing damage. NCX Cow. What is going on between the around like 7 to 12? What is happening? Tension's absolutely high. Dominique saying the fastest lap, 1:11.916. I'm absolutely lost for words right now though. Here we go. Can Caudlemouse try and regain the points position that was lost from him from Rift just one lap ago? He's going to try down the inside of turn number 1. Can he keep the car on the track? Can he not push Rift wide? He doesn't. He's kept it very clean. Is he going to try and move down the inside of turn number 3? Reminiscent of Alonso versus Russell in 2023. He doesn't make the move. He hangs back and he's going to try and get the DRS probably in in the second straight after turn number 10.
So Caudlemouse, the worst, got the worst out of that contact, but even more contact up ahead, the Mercedes and But Haas of Rift and TX Cal, contact there. But going back to the kick, Sauber, their right front wing end plate is gone off. So coming into turn 7, where they want to go flat out, he'll have to lift a bit because of that disadvantage of having less downforce. But more contact has just been up ahead, but now behind they are Rift and NTX Cal. NTX Cal lost a lot of time. Rift trying to catch up to Mouse. Looks like he has the advantage with more front wing downforce, but just had a better exit and went straight into the rear of Mouse. Looks like he is the closest driver out of every single one racing right now. He goes a bit on the grass, broke a tiny bit. They're going to go side by side down the main straight. There's going to be a bit more contact. Don't know what more is going to happen here. Can he dive down the inside? Mouse is not going to defend it as much as he probably wanted to, but he's going to let Agcon pass and let that settle for today's, or at the moment.
I don't even know what to say. This has been incredibly hectic. We've seen collisions, we've been spins, and every single thing you can possibly think of in between. Dominique's still leading the race, but he is very, very under pressure now from Spinks on his debut. He's trying to look for a move down the inside, but it's going to be DRS open. Can he try and get the move done down the inside? Big spin at the back, but we're more focused. Okay, we're more focused on the spin. Oh, big contact! Noah and Hyperigger is out, and that's the safety car that might escalate to a red flag. It's a 10-second penalty for McDreamy. It's Noah and Hyperigger are out, but it's a safety car now on the 4th lap of the Dutch Grand Prix. Both cars absolutely destroyed. What on earth is going on in Zandvoort tonight? There's a fight into the pits between Dominique and Spinks. They're going in now. It's a 10-second penalty for Dominique's for speeding in the pit lane, and all of a sudden Spinks is now technically in the lead of this race. Dominique going inside of F1 Kian's car, coming outside of the pits. Technically that would be an unsafe pit release, but since it's an F1 game we don't really care about that. But what on earth has just happened in turn number 11, or even just on the main straight?
Well, that's very hectic for only lap 5. We were expecting this because it is the Dutch Grand Prix, really tight walls, but they went to crash on one of the widest parts of the track, so I don't know really what happened there, because we were looking at the fight up ahead for first place. But up ahead now, Dominique with a 10-second time penalty. I wonder if this is even his first, because many drivers have been getting 10-second time penalties, and he's just weaving a bit too much. Might concede a position there, but looks alright to me. But just drivers got to be more careful now, because they know a little mistake just like that can cost you your whole race.
Yeah, and it has cost him his whole race. Both Ferraris now have a 10-second penalty. So McDreamy is basically guaranteed, well, not guaranteed I'd say, but he is now in a position where it is very likely he will finish last. Dominique is going to be he's going to be threatened by that as well. He's going to be very vulnerable. He could be in last on merit after that safety car restart because of that penalty. So I think he needs to come in again. McDreamy's coming in again to serve that penalty. So I think it's better for Dominique now to come in, serve that penalty, and just give up track position. I think it's the best thing you can do right now, because you'll only lose around 10-15 seconds in the pits under the safety car anyway. So you would technically still come out in around 9th or 10th, maybe even 11th, but then you'd still be in a good position to get points, and it would be great for a strategy as well.
We did ask the drivers beforehand, 1 hour before the race actually, if they wanted to turn off ghosting, so it would be more maybe realistic and we can get rid of disqualifications. But I think drivers are going to want to turn that off now, because that has caused 2 drivers to go out and McDreamy to get 10 seconds. So if we never turned that setting off, then we might have just had a cleaner race today. But now Dominique trying to get rid of that 10-second time penalty, which does, and in the meantime NTX Cal getting rid of that 10-second time penalty. So Dominique, I feel like his race isn't ruined, because there most likely will be another safety car in the next 30 laps to come.
Indeed, so he is in 11th as I predicted, so he's still in a good position to get points. But it's F1 Kian who leads the race now for the first time since Belgium last week. We thought that was the most hectic race of the season. We might have to rethink that after what we've just seen in the last 2 or 3 laps or so. We got, I think, probably 1 more lap with the safety car just to let everyone catch up, and then we're going to get underway again on lap 8. It's going to be F1 Kian, leading us away. Then Coconut, Spinks on debut, Gmol in 4th, Dory Beast, Corner Mouse, Cluffy, Potato Pilot, Agon, Rift, Dominique, Hog Club, NTX Cow and Mick Dreamy, with Noah and Hyper out. So there will be no points for Aston Martin today. Gmol could still salvage points for Alpine today. He's done so well already this season, so I have no doubt in my mind that he will be able to scrap something from this race.
So McDreamy, the only driver not to catch up to the safety car. He's 9 seconds behind the last car to the safety car, so he does have one more lap to catch up, but that means he will degrade his tyres more because he will be trying to catch up as fast as possible so he doesn't get a penalty. Well, some cool facts about Zandvoort. This track was meant for World War I use because it was meant for military roads around the sand dunes. I guess maybe for cover because of how big these sand dunes are around it. And with these sand dunes, it has created a lot of elevation changes, which you can see, especially for the banking turns. And you can see just over turn 4, just the downhill up to a very steep uphill that comes across turn 7. So cool facts around the Netherlands, as well as it's Max Verstappen's home Grand Prix, as well as McDreamy catching now to the safety car queue, so we expect safety car to come in at the end of this lap.
So a very hectic race right now. We've seen lots of collisions, we've seen crashes, we've seen collisions, we've seen spins and everything in between. So everyone's strategy, well, it's basically fried now. It's their strategy. I don't know what they're going to do anymore. I don't think they know what they're going to do. NTX Cow overtaking Whole Club under the safety car. I'm pretty sure he's meant to let that happen. This has just been a really toxic race. It's not what I've been expecting to see. I thought we were just going to have a nice race. There was going to be a few collisions, but the safety car is in this lap now. F1 Kian, it's going to be his decision when to go. Is he going to go early? Is he going to go late? Is he going to go right now maybe? Well, he can't because I said that the safety car is. So if you said yes, oh my god, McDreamy with another 10-second penalty. This is a nightmare for him right now.
Wow, so all drivers getting unexpected penalties. So that's not great for the Ferrari because that is his 22nd. That is his. If you add up all the penalties he had, that is 20 seconds. But now it's green flags. F1 Can taking that inside line so he can try to break that infamous slipstream that you get. But Zimpix, on his debut, going down the inside with all that confidence, trying to go around Coconut down the inside but doesn't have the traction to go around. We're looking now on the broadcast camera. Coconut F1 Can comfortably in top 2. But Zimpix has made that gap between them. Dory Beast losing that time, and Gmol's just gone off the track, and I think he lost traction there. He doesn't want to go on the track because ghosting is disabled, but that is front wing damage just on the safety car restart, so not a great start for him. F1 Can, basically the top 4, having a big fight up at front, and Potato Pilot splitting that by 2 seconds down the inside. Zimpix goes, wonder if there's any damage there. There's the yellow flags with Dominique, wonder what's happened there, but going back out the front. Zimpix trying to go around the outside, doesn't have the traction to do so.
It's GMO, he's slowing down. I don't know what he's doing. He might be trying to get a safety car, but I don't think it's going to work on multiplayer. I mean, it can work. We've done it before, I remember. In this track, actually. We've done it before in this race, I remember. But Spinks now putting the biggest pressure on Coconut and F1 Kian. Coconut is right behind him. Dory Beast is right behind Spinks. A little bit of contact there with the rear diffuser and the front wing of Dory Beast and Spinks, respectively. But here we go. It's going to be 4 abreast into turn 1. It's pedal to the metal. It's all to play for. It's going to be 2 wide, almost 3 wide. Spinks going down the inside of Coconut, or maybe that's Dory Beast. I don't know. I think the 2 teammates, the 2 RBs are finding each other already into turn number 3 now. We're looking from the rear view camera of Spinks now. No contact between the RBs, that's good. But now I think it's Coconut ahead of Dory Beast still. Spinks is in second, but he's putting a lot of pressure on F1 Gian. They're very, very close to each other now. Could Spinks maybe try and take the lead on his debut race for FTR and for McLaren Formula 1 racing team? Coming into turn number 9 now, the slow left-hander of turn number 10 now. DRS, I think, it has been enabled this lap, so it's going to give Spinks the biggest advantage possible to try and overtake F1 Kian in this corner. He's going to hang back, though, into turn number 11 and consequently in turn number 12. He's going to stick with it, get the DRS, but there's big contact. Spinks spinning off almost. He's lost so many positions already, and this race has taken another dramatic turn. which has led to a change in position, and all of a sudden F1 Qian, who was probably shaking in his boots, has now got a bit of a clearing, but Dory Beast doesn't have a clearing. Dominique's going down the inside. He's frustrated. He hasn't won a Grand Prix in the last 2 Grand Prix. He hasn't won in Japan. He hasn't won in Belgium. He's pushing Dory Beast off. Spinks trying to go down the inside, down the outside of turn 3. Can he make it stick? It's reminiscent of Alonso versus Russell in 2023. Down the inside, trying to go Coconut, but Spinks defends the position. It's absolutely now, but it's a big crash. It's a big crash into turn number 5, and I think Spinks is out of the race. No, he's not out of the race, but based on position, he is out of the race. That might lead to a safety car if he can't get going again. Another dramatic turn leading to multiple positions lost. Rift has left the session. Dory Beast, or Coconut, has pushed Spinks into the wall on his debut. This is not the debut that he thought he would be having. He was on pole at the start of the race, and he's last now, down the inside, going Potato Pilot on the AI of Rift. Coffee going around the outside of Rift. It's a great move if he can make it stick, but he can't make it stick just quite. Can he go down the inside of turn number 3? No, he can't. But here's Dominique now onto the main straight. Top speed of 308 kilometers per hour. Dominique down the inside. He knows what he can do to win this race. Now he gets to position on his old rival from Belgium. They were scrapping in Belgium. He couldn't win in Belgium against F1 Qian, but he's finally overtaken him, and hopefully he'll be able to create a big gap.
All drivers just going hectic everywhere on the racetrack, overtake after overtake and crash after crash. Even though this is the widest part of the track, but there's been a retiree. That's Zimpix, after getting crashed out by Dory Beast, has decided to retire because the damage was too much for him to continue. All drivers split by over half a second, so maybe a bit of a time to chillax for the drivers, because after what has just happened in these first 11 laps, just after a safety car restart as well. Top 3 split by just 1.8 seconds, 2 seconds. Coconut was one of the victims to crash out, either Zimpix or Potato Pilot, one of the McLarens, I can't even remember, but he will have DRS on F1 Can he stick it to the throttle?
I don't know what kind of wording that was. What kind of connotations does that have?
I meant
don't
flat
know.
to the throttle.
Ah, I see. Full throttle. Yes, like full throttle racing. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked now. Coconut trying to put pressure on F1 Qian. He's already 2 seconds behind Dominique now, so it's looking good for Dominique. He might need to make another stop depending on what tyres he's on, but I think he's on the hards. He'll be fine. You can see the dirt on F1 Qian's car from where he's gone off. It's been such a hectic race from the top 6, and actually no, for the rest of the grid. But that's so unlucky for Spinks on his debut to go out like that. We were expecting him. Death Curb, like you said just now, like you've warned the drivers so many times before. Dominique spun, F1 Qian taking the lead again. What is going on in Zandvoort now? It's more chaotic than the 2024 Grand Prix or even the 2023 Grand Prix. It's like the 2021 Championship summed up in 12 laps. Constant changes of lead, constant changes of position, surprise winners, surprise losers. But in the end, it's still F1 Qian who leads, and Dominique, after all that, still somehow in second place, the same place where he started. Is he going to go down the inside though? No, he's going to stay back, a little bit of a lockup. Very, very close to contact. He has to be a bit careful there. Can he maybe try? He's going to probably hang back into turn number 3. He doesn't want to risk anything. We see a battle between Corner Mouse and the teammate of Dominic McDreamy with the 10-second penalty. He'll still finish in the points though. He's going to try go down the inside of turn number 1 onto Corner Mouse, hopefully with no collision. Corner Mouse going off on the curb. I think he got a little bit stuck on the curb there, so McDreamy gaining the position. Dominique finally catching up to F1 Qian, trying to maybe possibly retake the lead of the Grand Prix into the straight now. Here we go. It's DRS open, flat to the floor for a few hundred meters, a whole kilometer of worth of a straight. It's pedal to the metal. Is he going to go down the inside? No. He's going to hang back into turn number 11. Is he going to try to switch back into turn 12? No. He's going to hang back at turn 12. Is he going to try to move into turn 13? No. He's going to try to move into turn 14. Actually, he's looking pretty
Does have a
promising, to be
better
honest.
exit.
He does have a better exit, indeed. Is he going to try to move onto the main straight? He's got DRS to help him. He's got Slipstream to help him. He's got ERS to help him. Down the inside once again, Dominique goes. And this time, it's not even a contest. It's just, it's done. It's finally done.
Well, Dominique, with getting that 10-second time penalty after speeding into the pits, has made an incredible comeback, coming back from 6th to 1st, and there's been more contact. Don't know what happened there, don't know if it's traction or just contact in general with Dominique, but another driver victim for spinning out after turn 3. Well, oh my god, very tight, making Potato Pilot go across the grass to make an overtake, just like
Something might
Albon
be
in
said
Spa.
about that.
Cloughie trying to go around the outside but fails to do so. F1 can with that wing damage from hero to 0. 1st to 6th. But F1 can and Cloughie, but F1 can makes that lock up and lets Cloughie go through.
That is just I don't even know what to say anymore. I feel like everything that I'm thinking of I've already said before. But what I can't put it into words, like how surprised I am, how excited I am for what's left in store of this race. Cloughie's in 5th, Potato Pilot's in 4th, Rift is in 3rd for his debut for FTR. Spinks is out for his debut of FTR. No points after he was looking so promising for the win, but in the end it's going to amount to nothing. But finally, there is some peace. The drivers are finally spread out. No, they're not. NTX Cal is overtaking Kian. There's finally some sense of calm.
Peace.
No, there is not. No, there is not some sense of peace. F1 Kian's in. He stopped. He stopped on the main straight.
No, he's in the pit. He's trying to replace that front wing.
Oh yeah, my bad. But it does. Okay, in my defense, it doesn't say pit though. So.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
But all drivers are split up by over a second, so yeah, just a chill moment to drive, take all that energy in and get ready for when we probably will have another safety car restart, 'cause we do expect another safety car after having all those crashes. But McDreamy, I think I see with wing damage, no fronting end plate each side, so that's costing him his race with a 10-second time penalty. He's definitely going to be wanting to hope for a safety car, but a person who isn't wanting a safety car to happen is Dominique, because he's just grew that gap between him and second place by over 3 seconds after losing all that time with that 10-second time penalty and serving it and then going back up to 1st. So great comeback drive from him.
He could benefit from a safety car, to be fair. Because if the safety car comes out now, there's a move in the back now. But if he comes out now, if the safety car comes out now, Dominique, oh my god, there's more contact. You have actually got to be joking me. More contact. It's with the club as well. He spun it after as well. This is not the race he wants to be having. It's been so poor between the whole club and also Mel Fours as well. He's been having a poor run of form. But I think it's mainly just bad luck or lack of skill, maybe lack of traction, I don't know. But like I was saying earlier,
He's done it again.
Oh my god! But like I was saying earlier, if a safety car does come out now, which no offense, but looking at this driving, it probably will. Dominique could benefit because while he will lose lots of positions, he'll probably go down to 5th. You see Hog Club coming into the pits now. Please don't crash into the wall. But as we see, Dominique will he'll probably box, and then Coconut will probably box. So basically, everyone's just going to box for new softs or mediums, like the whole club is doing now.
Well, we were expecting drivers to be lapped eventually in the race, but we weren't expecting it on lap 12. Hog Club just losing all that time with spinning, going into the barriers, getting those penalties. So drivers all over the place in position changes. But I wonder if there's a fight anywhere else. No, I must just be seeing things. No, F1 Can and Dory Beast, they're going to go maybe side by side in a second, any second now, onto the main straight. Hopefully none of them are going to pit and come across each other, which did happen in Spa between Gmal and Dominique, but he goes past easily. Simple pass down into turn 1, locking up a bit, but shouldn't cost the tyres that much. So great move from him, and that should be the only fight for a while because the gaps between everyone is definitely over a second. McDreamy catching up to Agcon, but with that wing damage will definitely not help him, especially for turn 7.
Lap 17 now then, seeing Dory Beast is really the only driver that's capable of overtaking anyone right now. mainly because of the gap. So again, finally, we jinxed it before, but finally, there's some peace. Can finally relax. Let's take a deep breath.
Well, after you say that, F1 Can is coming up onto Cordal Mouse, but Dory Beast is also... Actually, no, he's not really gaining, he's kind of losing time. But now F1 Can in that DRS opportunity to try to get around Cordal Mouse. Now into the chicane, does have a better exit. Does he want to make the pass now? Can he make it stick? It's going to go around the outside. He has a better exit.
What a move round the outside, F1 Kian. I think he's going to get the DRS as well because he was behind at a detection zone, so that's going to help him very, very much indeed. He does get the DRS. What a move round the outside. So confident, so technical. The switchback, well, not really a switchback, but nearly a switchback, I guess. It was so, so good. Dory Beast has caught up to Cordal Mouse now, so we could see a move between them happen as well. We're trying to invite someone back. I think it's, McDreamy. He got disconnected again. So, sorry mate. It's, pretty tough. Here we go, we see Dory Beast now on the back of Cordal Mouse. Is he going to try down the inside of turn number 9? It would be great if he can make it stick, and he does, making the dive down, making the lunge toward the inside. He just needs to defend it from Cordal Mouse now, but it's going to be very tight, so I think Cordal Mouse will get the DRS, and he does get the DRS now, so it'll be hard for Dory Beast to clear right away. A little bit of a lock-up for Cordal Mouse. Potato Pilot, we can see him in the background there as well. It's a really, really bad exit though for Cordal Mouse, and as such that's left him vulnerable to the McLaren of Potato Pilot right behind him. They've both got DRS, but Potato Pilot getting a slightly better exit now. It's going to be it is going to be close, but I don't think he's going to try and make the move. Oh, down the inside, he is going to try to make the move down the inside. It'll be great if he can make it stick. Can he maybe make it stick? He does make it stick. Another thing opening up for Potato Pilot. He will not give up. He wants to get points, and I think that move will give him the points that he's looking for. So reminiscent of the 2024 Dutch Grand Prix, where we saw Norris heroically overtaking Verstappen to eventually take his second win for McLaren and in Formula 1. McDreamy's back. Hello McDreamy, welcome back.
Third time.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm. Hopefully he stays in the Grand Prix, but can Potato Pilot get back into that P3 position, because he was ready to make that 3 consecutive P3s in a row, but because of missing out in Spa, he couldn't make that happen. So he's hunting down the pack, overtake after overtake, trying to get close. But now McDreamy still with that 10-second time penalty. I have no words, but it's not going great, especially with that wing damage, trying to catch up to Agcon. But we're going to look now, Potato Pilot and Dory Beast. Dory Beast thought he was going to go into the pit, maybe he tried to juke him there. Potato Pilot, can he make it around the outside? A double overtake in the same place. Can he go around the outside? Doesn't have the traction. They will make contact though.
Contact though, now that might be a safety car now, I don't think he's out, but yeah, oh my. There's another thing happening in this race, another collision, and ultimately another crash. Not even a collision. Did we call this a Dutch Grand Prix, or did we call this a Crash Grand Prix now? Well, there's so many crashes. We've seen 3 retirements. We've seen like a gajillion collisions. We've seen like a gajillion people going off. We see F1 Kian trying to catch up to F1 AGC Con. But McDreamy trying to go down the inside, forcing F1 Kian off. He has to cut the corner. I think he's gotten a warning for that though, and I think he has to give back the position, which he does. I don't think that's very fair though. I don't think he had to give back the position. But that was yeah, no. I was gonna say he's probably thinking about doing that, and as a result, he does get the DRS as well. So it's a little bit of a clever move actually by F1 Kian.
Well, not going great for both McLarens. One going out of the Grand Prix by getting hit and then just deciding to DNF because of all that damage, and then Potato Pilot getting crashed out by Dory Beast, and now might even concede another position because of Gmal trying to make that switch back around, and there's just been more contact. The Alpine going on to the McLaren, trying to spin around. It's the same place where he made contact with Dory Beast, but it's looking great, or not great, but better for now. So just McLaren trying to get more points with only one driver technically being alive. So not great from the McLaren team.
This, again, I literally have nothing that I can say that I haven't already said before. This is just, it's chaos at this point. I think you can tell there's frustration between all the drivers. All of them, they're angry. They want revenge. They want revenge. Dominique wants to win the race. He's determined to win the race. F1 Kian's determined to win. So was Spinks, but then he obviously crashed out. Potato Pilot's determined to win the race, or at least get more points. We see F1 Kian going around the outside of Con now. Pretty good move into turn number 1. But frustration starting to settle in the mind of the drivers, perhaps, more so than the focus that they're supposed to have when driving these cars. Has been replaced by frustration and anger. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of clips in the steward section of tonight, and there may be some penalties dished out after the race.
So yeah, you got to feel bad for us, Stuart, because we thought Spa had enough incidents, but we were definitely wrong. Here in Netherlands, I think we've had over 20, maybe, but maybe not all of them will be reported, but you never know. Some people could be wanting to give others penalties for revenge. But Dominique, I wonder what's actually happened. Oh no, sorry, he's just pitting.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, because he did grow that gap by another 2 seconds to Coconut and had a 5-second lead out in front. So he's on the mediums now. Coconut and Riff both on the hards out in front. So he'll definitely have the undercut advantage, even though he was in front of them. I don't know what you would call it, but in my way, you would call it an undercut.
Yeah, it's an undercut. That's definitely going to give him a massive advantage now, because he is on 0 lap mediums, and they're on 17, 18 lap hards. So this is going to be a big tire advantage for Dominique. So I think he'll still be in a good position to win this race, no matter the fact that he's 13 seconds behind the leader.
So now we have a glitch now where, oh no,
What have you done?
we can't get out
Dominique is still trying to claw his way back into first. He's right on the back now of Riff, so we're going to see probably a move happening very, very soon. He might even go for a move into turn number 7, maybe. The very high-speed corner, around 258 kilometers per hour. He is going to go down the inside of turn number 9. It's exactly what Potato Pilot did earlier, or whoever did it earlier. I don't even know anymore. My mind's still flooded with all the collisions that have happened this race. Dominique going down the inside, reclaiming second position. But now, I think this is very poetic now. It's very ironic because for the first time since Silverstone, we're going to see a battle between Coconut and Dominique for the lead of the championship. And yes, I mean, I know Silverstone, I mean, it's kind of obvious that it was for the lead of the championship. It was the debut race of the season. It was our debut race. But now, this is a proper fight for the championship, a fight for the race win, a fight for glory in the Netherlands. Will it be a third Grand Prix win for Coconut? Will it be a second Grand Prix win for Dominique? Or will it maybe even be a first win for Rift 57 by some literally pure chance maybe? Well,
We'll find out soon.
we will find out soon indeed. But for now, all the drivers are split again. So for once, again, can finally just take a breath.
Well, I've just seen a 41 second gap between 12th and 11th place. We thought we would only see that in Silverstone when we only had 5 drivers that weren't really up to grips at Silverstone because it was full wet, but we weren't expecting that. And McDreamy now in the pits trying to get rid of that 10-second time penalty, as well as Dory Beast, Potato Pilot taking those 2 positions. Most drivers being lapped now by the front 5, so don't know if they'll knock off their confidence, but most of the top 10 drivers are doing pretty well.
I think there's going to be a decision now. Either the drivers that are in the bottom 5, I'd say, either they're going to stay out and get track position. I think Cooler Mouse and Gmo will do so. Or they can box now for softs and try and steal the fastest lap from the people in the top 10 to hopefully, just to make sure that if they can't get the fastest lap, then no one can.
Also, I just want to quickly point out, that has been held up by a back marker of Gmail, so Rift can't even catch up to Dominique to try to snatch that second place back, because Gmail is trying to get back track position so he can catch back up to Quartermouse by trying to gain 9 seconds on him. But Rift's race, not ruined because he is in the top 3, but has been slowed down by a back marker. So it's really hard to even overtake, and more contact. McDreamy behind. Don't know where that's happened. I can't even get to the drivers.
Well, he's out of the session now. I don't know. Well, I don't think he crashed. I think he chose to retire. I don't think his car actually crashed. So I can still see a Ferrari going, I think, on the circuit. I don't know. I think oh no, he has crashed. Okay, my bad. So another crash then. I'm surprised that's not a safety car, to be honest, because from where we saw on the track map, it certainly looked like it was right in the middle of the track, but I don't know. But another collision then. It's our 4th retirement of the race. It's the most retirements we've ever had in an FTR Grand Prix. The second most being Belgium, where we had 3 retirements for 11th to 13th place. McDreamy's left the session. Yellow flag in sector 1 now. I think it's just a back marker letting Dominique pass. He is now 1.2 seconds behind his championship rival. 0.9 seconds behind his championship rival. He's going to get DRS in the next lap. He's got a massive tyre advantage now. It's going to be very frenetic indeed. That's going to give him the biggest chance of all to take that championship lead. If he does take the championship lead, if he doesn't get the fastest lap, the gap will be 6 points. And this time, I know I'm not making a mistake with my calculations, because the gap, I'm reading it on my sheet, is only 1 point between them. So whoever finishes in front of the other will finish in front of the other in the Drivers' Championship as well. Here we go now, into turn number 14. The DRS is open. It's a better exit for Dominique now. He's going to go down the inside. Hopefully no contact between them. Dominique on the inside of his championship rival now. And that will be enough to overtake him. And I think that move will be enough for him to take the lead of the Drivers' Championship, as long as he can just keep his cool now, just lock in and actually drive and not let his frustrations get the better of him. He will be in a great position to retake the lead of the Drivers' Championship for the first time since Silverstone.
Coconut now losing so much time because Dominique has practiced this track many times, as I've been racing with him before and know that he's pretty quick. So as soon as he overtook him, we knew he was going to take that win. Oh, and we've just been informed in the chat by Coconut, he can't race, quote unquote, because McDreamy broke his wing. So that's very unlucky. That might have been due to the contact earlier that created that safety car. So we'll look at him now. Yeah, he doesn't have that front left end plate, so that's definitely cost him a lot of time, which we can agree with. And yeah, sorry, agree with him. So most drivers now separated by just over 1.5 seconds, and Coconut losing nearly 4 seconds just in under a lap. So you got to feel for him, especially with having wing damage given from a driver that's not even racing because of him DNFing himself. So most drivers doing a 2-stop, 1-stop and a 3-stop, but one of our DNF drivers have managed to somehow do a 4-stop. So most of these drivers are racing now. Sorry, Dory Beast, I think it's about to be lapped. I can't quite tell. No, that's Coconut out in front. Those are the back markers behind. It's hard to keep track, but they're going to go side by side into turn 8. They're going to have to avoid the death curve. You might be pushed, but they've been respectful and given each other enough room. Mouse and Gmail giving it all. I think both with wing damage. No, they both still have their front wing, but out in front, Coconut with that wing damage. They don't know. I don't know if they really want to overtake Coconut, because they will have to concede that position back because of blue flags conditions. But Mouse sticking behind Gmail now. I think Gmail now is the faster driver out of the two, so we'll be able to keep that position. But I think Haas behind, trying to find him, has just no, I can't find him.
I don't know what's at this point. I don't even know what's happened. Yeah, it was Rift. Well, it doesn't matter. He's got a 40-second gap to Cloughy. It doesn't really matter. Gmail, he's just unlapped himself. I'm pretty sure, according to the regulations, if you are fast enough, you are allowed to unlap yourself, just so if you can create a big enough gap before the blue flags come out.
Well, that was very controversial during 2019 or 2018, can't keep it on the top of my head, when Esteban Ocon took off Max Verstappen in turn 3 during the Brazil Grand Prix, and that ended off not too greatly between the two after Max Verstappen hunting him down in the pit lane, just how Michael Schumacher did it in Spa in 19 something, I can't even remember. But yeah, that will be a controversial statement because it's hard to tell when you're faster or not because of DRS.
I still remember like his exact radio message. It was like, yeah, I hope I can't find him now in the paddock, because then he is, and then, yeah, I can't say it on here, but you know the word that he said. But it's been pretty bad, yeah, down the inside. Is he going to make it sick though? Is he going to make it sick? All my words down. I can't even speak anymore. I'm too amazed that I can't even speak anymore. NTX Cal putting the pressure on Con. Oh, very close to contact there. Hopefully no more contact in this race, but of course you never know. We've got 4 laps remaining to decide the winner. It's currently looking like it's definitely going to be Dominique with the 10-second gap. Little bit of oversteer from NTX Cal, or maybe he's just trying to find a different position to overtake. Cloughy's gone off the track though. He's lost a lot of time to F1 Kian, so that's definitely lost him 4th place. But I think it's a very impressive performance from Rift today, finishing hopefully in 3rd place on a 1-stop strategy on his debut.
Dorybe's trying to unlap himself by overtaking Coconut. I don't know how this is going to go, because I think they're on a call together, getting caught out by the death curb, not that great, which will affect his race. Can't really speak there for some reason, but he's trying to make his way around the outside, but can't manage to do so. Does have the DRS, but there's been a lockup, I think we just saw earlier, don't really remember what happened, and a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Couldn't manage to let past the driver behind him, so that's going to cost his race. Might be, yeah, he's going to be out of the top 10 because of that, so can't get his points on his 2nd race here at FTL, so you got to feel for him there. So that's really unlucky for him.
I did say you can unlap yourself, but unlap yourself. I did mention there is a bit of an element of risk. You do have to create a big enough gap.
Dorybe's around the outside, sorry to interrupt, but they're going to go side by side into the right-hand kink. Surely there's going to be contact. Yeah, and there is, as I predicted, they're going to go side by side into the Daniel Ricciardo chicane where he broke his hand, but they're both locking up, and now Mouse will concede his position. But sorry, carry on to what you were saying. Oh no, sorry, I'm going to have to say ignore you again, but there's been more contact with Cordelmouse and Dorybeast, and Cordelmouse got the worst of it by going on the grass. But now, after that, you can carry on talking, sorry.
I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore. I actually forgot. Literally, I forgot. I was too focused on this. I actually zoned out for a minute, so I actually can't remember what I was talking about. But, yeah, like you said, Cordermouse getting the worst of it there. So I don't know what happened there. He's still, well, he's guaranteed to finish in 11th now. I don't think there's anything he can do that'll make it so that he can't finish in 11th. We're going to turn our focus to Dominique up front. We're not going to change the camera. We're going to turn our focus to Dominique up front. He's got 2 laps to just control for the rest of this race. He's got a 15-second gap. It's going to become a 16-second gap. So hopefully, if he could just keep us cool, if he could just keep his concentration, stay calm and composed, he will come home to take the win. His first win since Silverstone, way back when, 3-4 weeks ago, I can't exactly remember, way back when, in that one day in February now. Who is the mechanic?
Well, he's just a person that tried to invite me to his league because he said I was pretty fast on the sim, so that's pretty cool, but of course we're not going to join that because we're more intrigued to watch this. And I also want to point out the Hog Club being overtaken by the place above him by being lapped once. So we weren't expecting that. We were expecting to be blue flags everywhere, but we weren't expecting just a position above to lap the position below. So pretty slow driving, you have to say, for the Hog Club. At
this point, I think you have to crash out. I think you're obligated to crash out at that point. Like, everyone's lapped you, so
yeah, the flags for Hog Club.
I think he's spun again. It's been a poor day at the office for him. You have to feel for him. But we come round to the last lap now. Dominique will dominate the race ahead of his championship rival now. Coming to turn 3, he's approaching some back markers. You can see, I think the blue flags are out. I don't know if this is the first time he's lapped someone or the second time he's lapped someone. I think this is the second time he's going to lap the same person, that being Cordelmouse this time. Oh, no, not Cordelmouse, sorry, it'll be Con for the first time, and then NTX Cow.
Well, Dominique going around turns 9. He has some traffic ahead of him. He will even get a DRS boost to increase that advantage to nearly over 20 seconds behind him with Coconut because of him having that wing damage. Coming into the chicane, locking up a bit, but it looks like he's going to keep it calm and controlled and make that gap much bigger to 20 seconds. Kind of reminding me of 2024 with Max and Lando, by Lando finishing over 25 seconds. But Dominique, the Polish driver, is going to cross the finish line after completing 153 kilometers. Will cross the line, might get a penalty for that, but wins the Netherlands Grand Prix here at Zandvoort. Don't know what's going to be said about that on the finish line by hitting NTX Cal, but that will be definitely decided in the stewards room. But what a win from Dominique by winning over 21 seconds.
His name has to be changed from Dominique to Dominator, because what a performance that was. I said it before in Silverstone, I'm going to say it again. I cannot wait to see what he does in future Grand Prix. Cordelmouse has just been given another 10-second time penalty.
It's just unserved.
For not serving. Oh, my bad, okay. He hasn't been given the other 10-second penalty then. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3 now. The Hog Club has retired from the session though. But now, that's it. That is the Dutch Grand Prix. Dominique has dominated the Dutch Grand Prix to win, and in turn, he takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship for the first time since Silverstone. It's Rift on the podium for his debut as an FTR driver. He may be a reserve, but that doesn't matter. It's his debut, and he's got the podium, and he has every right to celebrate that. His teammate F1 Kian in 4th place. That's the only time we're ever going to see a Haas on the podium. But that's it. Your order after a relentless, chaotic Dutch Grand Prix.
Well, I kept on saying we were expecting safety cars and crashes, but we weren't expecting that many crashes, especially the early laps in the first 10 laps. So those were some very hectic driving from everyone, and we're expecting some great highlights that we'll be making later this week. So hopefully we're going to quickly interview these drivers as quickly as possible because of the limited time we have. So we just got to be careful for that. So hopefully these drivers will respond quickly to their calls. I'll quickly try to get a hold of them now, actually.
While we wait for that, let's play some music, shall we?
Hello, I'm just wondering, was that you that actually finished, or was it the AI that finished?
The AI finished. I disconnected and the invite you sent me didn't work, so I asked for an invite back and I just never got one.
We didn't notice because we didn't look at the Discord because of how much was happening. We're sorry about that, but I guess
Yeah, that's
you couldn't be that mad by finishing P3 at least. So
P3, let's go! I don't care if that was my AI or not, I'm taking that.
No, as you should. That's amazing. Like, regardless of the AI, that's absolutely amazing. Well done.
Thank you so much, guys. That was actually pretty fun, to be fair.
yeah,
Almost died like 20 times, but that was a blast.
yeah, we could see because everyone was crashing. But sorry to cut the interview quickly, is because we do have to be quick with these ones because we have something to do after. But good race out there, and hopefully see you next time out.
Yeah, have a good time, guys.
Have a good week.
GG's.
Bye bye,
Okay.
GG.
Good game.
Coco said he will not be attending the interview, so we'll cut straight to Dominique and call him now. Great win out there. How did that feel?
Yeah, very good. I think like I was a little bit nervous at the start of the race because I got that unnecessary penalty, but safety car worked out. My strategy worked out. I just thought that Coco wouldn't be able to keep the first place because when I asked my engineer, I've got information that he had 24 laps old hard, so I was confused why he didn't pit it, but yeah, worked out well.
Yes, he had a good advantage. We're going to have to cut the interview quick because we do have to do something right now, but that's definitely a very good race from you, winning by over 25 seconds, so hopefully you're going to have that dominance next week.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate.
Have a good week. See you next time.
Have a good week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, we've seen it all today. We've seen crashes, collisions, we've seen wins, losses, and everything in between. We thank everyone for joining us tonight, be it driver, spectator, or someone who just knows about this league. We hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for round 5 of our trip around the world for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Good night.